I'm Michael Moore, and I'm a Professor of Primary Care Research. The problem is around using antibiotics for things which probably don't need them, and that the bugs are getting resistant. And so my research has been focused on, well, how can we fix that? What can we do to reduce antibiotic use in general practice in primary care to allow or to protect the availability of antibiotics for future generations. The culture is, well, you go to the doctor and they give you antibiotics and it's quite difficult to interfere. But what we're trying to do is to get people to think more carefully about that decision and to use less antibiotics. So that is exciting. Actually, in general now, because this is in the public spotlight, if you like, there are people talking about how terrifying it is that antibiotics might not work in 20 or 30 years' time. But the work we've been doing, we've looked at getting people to think about using clinical scores, for instance, for acute sore throat, and we've developed a score which is now being adopted in the NHS, and it's in the NICE guidelines, and it's used every day up and down the country by family doctors. The government is very keen on antibiotic overuse, and there's a big kind of annual survey and report of antibiotic prescribing. And so you can look at those national data and see the trends in antibiotic prescribing, and the trends are falling and have been falling for the past 8 years or so. So antibiotic use is declining in primary care, and some of that, I can't claim all of that, but some of that will be down to some of the work that we've done here. So we've been looking at herbal medicines that were used 100 or 200 or 300 years ago, or in the case of Chinese herbal medicines, thousands of years ago, and looking to see, well, do any of these things help a little, and could they be used to reduce antibiotic use? And we've run one trial of that in urinary infection for women, where we've looked at a traditional herbal medicine and got people to, wait and not take antibiotics and use the herbal medicine. And we're looking for other herbal medicines for acute cough illness. So that's, I think, another approach that we've been using, which is exciting. We want to do things that make a difference to everyday consultations that people use, that are useful, and kind of interfere, if you like, with what used to happen before. So the markers of success are that these things are useful and helpful. But we have a fantastic team here of people who've been involved in this as long as I have, or longer. And the work that we've done has been pretty groundbreaking. So it's been a fantastic, supportive environment for over the last 20 years for this kind of work. And we've really kind of grown our reputation over that time. Part of a European network of infectious diseases experts and interest. And so we've done work with right across Europe with a large group. Well, I think you've got to be open to challenge. You've got to be tolerant of making mistakes. You've got to be able to work hard. It's a very long, slow process. So it takes quite a long time. So you have to be tenacious. You have to be able to take rejection. And for me, it's being enthusiastic and working with a great group of people